The Super Sprint Series made a successful debut last year, drawing lots of true amateurs looking to try their hand at organized racing. It debuted late in the year, holding 3 rounds at the tail end of 2019. Race weekend was there for the final round. The new Super Sprint Series has come to its final leg of the season here in Mikko Commercial Complex. Let's go check it out. The Super Sprint Series debuted last year with a great number of entries, most of whom were true amateurs or novices at organized motorsports. This was just fine for the event's organizers who wanted to provide a venue for a beginner that was accessible, affordable, and a lot of fun. The series also attracted intermediate racers, those who have been entering, off and on, other motorsports grassroots events like autocross and slaloms, as well as the up-and-coming stars who can't resist another new opportunity to compete or to further hone their skills. The series just held 3 rounds in its inaugural year, the last, round 3, in December. As the first 2, it was another well-attended event. A lot of them newbies returning for another taste of super sprint racing, as well as a sprinkling of intermediate racers and rising stars, including Cody. We're here with one of the younger drivers here at the Super Sprint Series, Cody. Hi Cody, thank you again for joining us.
Hi, motoring today. I'm Cody.
So, what are your thoughts about the relatively new Super Sprint Series? Totally different league, but kind of similar to the disciplines that you join.
For me, Super Sprint is a good start for the newbies who wants to join racing, and newbies are welcome here. The track layout is very easy for the newbies and for the professionals also. For me, the weather is good for this race day.
Can you give us any similarities, of, if there are any, to autocross and slalom?
For me, the difference of autocross and super sprint is more newbies talaga. The track is very easy compared to autocross, but autocross is also a good start for newbies or who wants to join racing.
Napansin ko sa track layout, it's kind of high speed, less turns, more straights. Is it really, I mean, for the newbies, is this an easier track layout for them?
I think so. Siguro yes, kasi the straights is very easy lang naman. Then the pylons, the chicanes is very maluwag lang naman. Medyo technical lang siya, but enjoy. It's fun.
Many of those new to Super Sprint joined after learning about the series from friends, like Kevin Gonzalez, who basically is using the series to prepare himself and his car for the Sparko Cup.
Actually, nung round 2 lang ako ulit sumali. Tapos, in-invite lang din ako ng friend ko, si Froilan. And then yung sila Cody, nakilala ko rin sila sa Togi Battle. So, dun ko nalaman yung Super Sprint. Yung last round, naka-time ako ng 102. So, nag-second place ako last time. So, ngayon medyo marami akong issues sa kotse. So, naka-104 ako. Hindi ko alam kung maka-place mo yun. Pero, okay naman. Maganda yung track layout. Beginner-friendly. Kaya, para sa amin. Ayusin ko muna yung mga ibang issues pa. Kasi, actually, ginawa kong parang training ground yung second round and third round para sana maka-join ako sa mga Sparko Cup for next year.
In turn, Kevin invited other friends to try out the sport, like John Jergy Reyes.
Nalaman ko yung Super Sprint dahil sa kaibigan ko, si Kevin, dahil sa kanya. Siya yung madalas dito, tapos in-invite niya ako.
Jergy is a true newbie. What was his closest exposure to motorsport?
Wala, more on na lang. Simulator, kasama mga kaibigan ko. Tapos more on car shows, ganyan. Tapos nanonood din ako ng mga race, VS Cup, ganyan.
Will he be racing more on actual tracks than on-game consoles?
Future plan, sana makasali pa rin ako sa Super Sprint next season, sa mga next na events ng Super Sprint. And then, yun, sana mas marami tayong makakilala sa car community, lalo na sa mga Super Sprint community.
Another newbie to Super Sprint is Mikko who enjoyed the race format and the course designed for beginners, but which nonetheless remained challenging and fun, and provides opportunities learning new and honing old skills.
Super Sprint, so much fun, have so friendly environment, and yung track layout is for amateurs and beginners. So it's highly recommended for all the amateurs and the beginners to try this one. And it's a competitive friendly. So yeah, it's having fun to try it out. Yeah. I have joined the round 2. That's my first time. And this was my second time. Based from an experience from the previous and this one, trained me well as a driver.
The Super Sprint series is also providing racing teams opportunities to invite new members and more opportunities for regulars to enjoy organized motorsports.
This series is actually was designed by, I believe, Robert, which is who is a good friend of ours. It was designed for beginners, should I say, or novice drivers, so they can get a feel of the formal race event. As of the moment, we have our team, so it's like a conduit for us to also invite other aspiring racers to have a feel and to have a structured team, to join a structured team. So our team is planning to join other races next year. So basically it's Super Sprint for one, autocross, and then we believe we would also want to join the slalom. Some of the guys, the new guys, are very interested in slalom races.
Racing team also appreciate the Super Sprint format as well as how organizers strictly implement safety and competition rules.
Now, basically, we're really happy to have the Super Sprint event because of Robert, and they have come up with the event na mag-hone doon sa mga gustong mag-try ng motorsports. This is the first, basically magiging training nila if they want to venture into autocross, slalom, and yung mga other big events. First of all, the track layout is really safe. Ang ganda niyang takbuhan. Then the organizers are really strict about the rules and regulations, and of course the safety. Yun ang pinaka-priority concern nila. Our plans for next year is to join the straight the whole season of Philippine Autocross, Super Sprint, and then some of my teammates were planning to join slalom and Sparko Cup.
It seems that all those who have tried Super Sprint are looking forward to more Super Sprint rounds this year, and this should be no surprise to organizers. And that does it for our coverage of the final round of the 2019 Super Sprint Series. Catch us again next week for more race weekend action. The turnout for the final round of its inaugural season augurs well for continued success of the Super Sprint Series in 2020. It also augurs well for the continued growth of Philippine motorsports as a whole.